everybody! We are the students from the third year of Liceo Classico Morgagni in Forlì, Italy. Over the last months, we have taken part in the project People, personal stories of discrimination and persecution under the totalitarian regimes of the 20th century. Our journey started off with a discussion on identities, personal, collective, and national ones.
Then, we got in the thick of the project. The main topic was the relationship between non-democratic regimes and minorities, in particular in Eastern border case. A complicated and difficult story. Specifically, we'd like to share our thoughts about the border topic.
What's a border? There are artificial and natural borders. We ourselves are often the ones who build up our own barriers, being unable to open up, sometimes due to insignificant reasons, such as the fear of other people's opinion. During the pandemic, we closed ourselves in our own houses, building up new limits between human relationships and making it hard to feel part of a group, like our class. On the contrary, we concluded that when we talk about nation, like the Italian one, it is easier to share common features, even with strangers.
The idea of nation, such as a strong one, has meant a community capable of keeping together millions of people, but it also created borders and set identity limits between those who are allowed to stay inside of them and those who had to stay outside. This border led to discriminations and persecution towards whoever didn't feel part of that community.
During the fascist era in Italy, we got to the highest expression of forced Italianization towards any minority considered to be foreign, such as the Slavic and Jewish ones. Wounds were inflicted, and they were so serious to the extent that, during the post-war period, they had a negative influence on the relationship between the Yugoslav state and the new Italian minority. The eastern border, the Adriatic seaboard, a multicultural borderland, became land of expulsion.
An example can be Nelida Milani's story. Nelida Milani, an Eastern woman who stayed in the city of Pola, in her book Bora, reports how in the post-war period she had to give up many things which once used to be taken for granted, such as the language and the dear ones. She found herself in a new world and a new identity different from the multicultural ones of her land. Whatever this is, it is Eastern, Italian in a certain way, and also Slavic. A mixed land and a mixed identity that the various regimes saw as either white or black, without accepting the connection between more cultures, because, as Nelida says in her book,
they don't accept the grey. They issue eviction orders and the police will have to enforce them until the clearing out. By reading this story, we have learned that building clear-cut rigid borders means not understanding complexity. It means that creating a cultural breach can then lead to disorientation, fear, and a vacuum that makes you feel like you're part of nothing. You ask yourself who you are, what you want, but you can't recognize yourself anymore, feeling like a stranger in a place you should be calling home.